If you are over 60 and your memory feels different lately, I want you to pause for a moment because this may feel very personal. Maybe you walk into the kitchen and suddenly forget why you came there. Maybe you are speaking with someone you love, and right in the middle of the sentence, the word you wanted just disappears. Maybe you put your glasses, your keys, or your phone somewhere safe and then spend the next 20 minutes searching for them. And at first, you laugh it off. You say, well, I'm just getting older. But deep down, there may be a quieter thought that scares you more than you admit. Is this the beginning of real memory decline? Is this how it starts? That fear is heavy, and if you have felt it, you are not alone. Many seniors quietly worry about their memory, especially at night when the house is calm and the mind starts replaying the day. You remember the name you forgot. You remember the appointment you almost missed. You remember the moment when your brain did not feel as sharp as it used to, and suddenly, sleep does not feel peaceful. It feels like another reminder that something inside you may be changing. But here is the part I want you to hear clearly. A change in memory does not always mean your brain is giving up. Sometimes it may mean your brain is tired. Sometimes it may mean your sleep is not giving your brain the deep reset it needs. And sometimes it may mean your body is missing steady nourishment at the very time when repair, cleanup, and organization are supposed to happen. Most people think sleep is just rest. You close your eyes, the room goes dark, and the day is over. But your brain does not simply shut down at night. In many ways, nighttime is when your brain gets busy doing quiet work. It sorts information. It strengthens important memories. It clears waste products. It helps reset your mood, your focus, and your ability to think clearly the next morning. Think of sleep like a night shift cleaning crew inside your brain. While you are resting, that crew is trying to organize the files, sweep the floors, and prepare the room for a better tomorrow. But imagine asking that cleaning crew to work with no supplies. Or worse, imagine giving it the wrong supplies. Too much sugar, heavy greasy food, late night snacks that disturb digestion, or nothing nourishing at all. That is where many seniors get stuck. They blame age alone, when part of the problem may be the evening routine that their brain has been living with for years. And once you see that pattern, you also see a door opening, because a routine can be changed gently, starting tonight. Now, let me be very clear. No food is a magic cure. No bedtime snack will reverse serious memory problems overnight. If you have sudden confusion, major memory changes, or a medical condition, you should speak with your doctor. But the foods you choose in the evening can become part of a calmer, more brain-supportive routine. Not because they perform miracles, but because they give your body steady support while you sleep. In this video, we are going to look at 5 simple night foods that may support memory, sleep quality, and morning clarity after 60. These are not exotic powders or expensive pills. They are familiar foods you can find in normal grocery stores. Some may already be in your kitchen right now. And the most important one on this list may surprise you, because most seniors do not think of it as a night food at all. So stay with me, because we are going to move carefully, one by one. We will talk about what each food may do, how to eat it without making common mistakes, and why timing and portion size matter after 60. The first 2 foods are gentle, simple, and easy to add to an evening routine. And the first one begins with a combination that supports both comfort and brain protection. Creamy Greek yogurt with blueberries in a very simple way. Two gentle night foods that may support sleep and brain protection. The first night food is not complicated, and that is exactly why it works so well for many seniors. Number 5 is plain Greek yogurt with blueberries. It sounds simple, maybe even ordinary, but after 60, ordinary foods can become powerful when you use them. At the right time, and in the right way, many people reach for something sweet at night. A cookie, a slice of cake, a bowl of ice cream, or maybe a sweetened snack that feels comforting for a few minutes. But here is the problem. That quick sugar can rise fast, drop later, disturb sleep, and leave you waking up foggy, tired, or mentally dull. The goal is not to punish yourself or remove every pleasure from life. The goal is to give your brain a gentler option. Greek yogurt gives your body protein, and protein is like repair material. While you sleep, your body is still working. Your muscles, tissues, and brain all need steady building blocks. Blueberries bring a different kind of support. They contain natural plant compounds that are often studied for their connection to brain health and healthy aging. Think of blueberries like a small cleanup crew. All day long, your brain faces stress, inflammation, and wear and tear. Blueberries do not magically erase that, but they may help support the body's defenses over time. The best way to use this at night is to keep it small and simple. Take about half a cup of plain Greek yogurt, add a small handful of blueberries, and if you want, sprinkle a few crushed walnuts on top. The mistake is using sweetened yogurt. Some yogurts look healthy, but contain so much added sugar that they become dessert in disguise. Choose plain yogurt when possible, and let the blueberries bring the sweetness. Now, if dairy bothers your stomach or your doctor has told you to avoid it, do not force it. You can choose another protein-rich option that suits your body. The point is not that every senior must eat yogurt. The point is that your night snack should support sleep and steadiness, not fight against it. And that brings us to number 4. Walnuts. Walnuts are one of those foods many people know are healthy, but they do not always understand why they matter so much after 60. You may have noticed that a walnut almost looks like a tiny brain, with two halves and little folds. That does not prove anything, of course, but it does make the food easy to remember. Walnuts contain healthy fats, plant nutrients, and compounds that may support a healthier inflammation balance, and after 60, inflammation matters. More than many people realize, imagine inflammation like a tiny fire inside the body. When it flares up for a short time, that is normal. But when it keeps smoldering quietly for years, it can affect how the body feels, how the joints move, how the blood vessels respond, and how clearly the mind seems to work. Walnuts are not a fire extinguisher. They are not medicine. But as part of a healthy routine, they may help support a better internal environment. The key is portion. Size. More is not always better, especially at night. A small amount is enough. 4 to 6 walnut halves can be added to yogurt, oatmeal, or eaten slowly on their own. But be careful with the type you buy. Avoid candied walnuts, chocolate-covered walnuts, or heavily salted nut mixes. Those can turn a brain-supporting food into a sugar and salt problem. Choose plain walnuts when possible. If chewing is difficult, crush them and sprinkle them over yogurt or soft oatmeal. So now you have 2 gentle night foods: Greek yogurt with blueberries and walnuts. One brings protein and antioxidant support. The other brings healthy fats and plant compounds. Together, they create a simple evening option that feels comforting without being heavy. But these are only the first steps, because the next 2 night foods work in a warmer, more soothing way. They are the kinds of foods many seniors already know, but may not be using correctly before sleep. 3 warm night foods that may help the brain rest, reset, and wake clearer now that you have 2 gentle options. Let's move to number 3, a food many seniors think of as breakfast, but it can also become a calming evening choice when you prepare it the right way. Number 3 is warm oatmeal with cinnamon. The important word here is warm. After a long day, your body often does not need a heavy meal or a sugar-filled dessert. It needs something steady, simple, and easy to understand. A small bowl of plain oatmeal can do that. Oats contain fiber and slow-digesting carbohydrates, which means they do not rush through your body like a sweet snack. Think of oatmeal like a slow-burning log in a fireplace. Sugar is like dry paper. It burns fast, flares bright, and disappears quickly. But a slow log gives steady warmth. For seniors, that steadiness can matter at night. Some people wake up because they went to bed hungry. Others wake up because they ate something too sweet, too heavy, or too close to bedtime. A small bowl of oatmeal may help create a calmer feeling before sleep, especially when it replaces cookies, ice cream, or sweetened cereal. Cinnamon makes it better because it adds flavor without needing a spoonful of sugar. You can add a few blueberries or a small sprinkle of walnuts if you want to connect it with the foods we already talked about, but keep the portion modest. This is not a giant breakfast bowl. It is a gentle evening serving. The mistake many people make is choosing instant flavored oatmeal packets. They look healthy, but some are loaded with added sugar. Choose plain oats when possible. Add cinnamon yourself. If you need sweetness, use a few berries, not a heavy pour of syrup or brown sugar. And now we move to number 2, which may surprise some people. Because it is usually eaten in the morning, eggs with spinach or leafy greens. Now, I am not talking about a greasy plate of fried eggs, processed meat, and butter right before bed. That kind of heavy meal can sit in the stomach and disturb sleep. I am talking about a light early evening plate. 1 egg with a handful of spinach, kale, or other leafy greens, cooked gently. Why does this matter for memory? Eggs contain choline, a nutrient connected with normal brain function. Your brain uses choline in processes related to communication between nerve cells. Think of brain messages like letters being passed from one person to another. If the materials for those messages are low, communication may not feel as smooth. Leafy greens bring their own support. Spinach, kale, collard greens, and similar vegetables provide folate, vitamin K, and plant nutrients that are often connected with healthy aging. They are not glamorous, but they are dependable. And after 60, dependable foods are often more valuable than trendy supplements. Here is a simple way to use them. Cook a handful of spinach in a small amount of extra virgin olive oil, then add 1 egg. Keep it light. Avoid too much salt, heavy cheese, processed sausage, or large portions. If digestion is sensitive, eat this earlier in the evening, not right before lying down. If your doctor has talked to you about cholesterol, kidney disease, or a special diet, follow their guidance. No single food is right for every person. But, for many seniors, a small egg with leafy greens can be a nourishing, practical option. So now you can see the pattern. We are not looking for miracle foods. We are building a calmer night routine. Steady fiber from oats, flavor from cinnamon, brain-supporting nutrients from eggs, and leafy greens that help your body feel nourished instead of overloaded. And when those small choices happen night after night, they can become more than food. They become a signal to your body that you are caring for it, giving it steadier fuel, and preparing your brain for a better tomorrow, one evening at a time. But the number one food is different. It does not have to be eaten as a full meal. It can be added to the foods you already enjoy, and many seniors use it far less often than they should. For the most overlooked night food seniors can add without making a full meal, now we come to number one, and this is the food many seniors overlook because it does not look like a bedtime food at all. It is not a bowl, not a snack, and not something you usually eat by itself. But when you add it to the right foods in the evening, it can quietly change the quality of your whole routine. Number one is extra virgin olive oil. Now I know that may sound too simple. You may be thinking olive oil. That is the big one? But stay with me, because after 60, the small things you use every day can matter more than the expensive things you buy once and forget in the cabinet. Extra virgin olive oil is a central part of Mediterranean-style eating patterns, which are often connected with heart health, healthy aging, and brain-supportive nutrition. It is not magic, it is not medicine, but it is a food that helps make other healthy foods easier to enjoy. Here is the contrast. Many seniors eat vegetables, eggs, or salads, but they cover them with heavy dressings, butter, processed oils, or too much salt. Then the food that could have supported the body becomes harder on digestion, blood pressure, or overall health goals. Extra virgin olive oil gives you another path. It adds richness, flavor, and healthy fats without needing heavy sauces. Think of it like protective polish for your evening routine. It does not fix the whole house by itself, but it helps preserve the surface, makes the food more satisfying, and supports a pattern your body can work with over time. You can drizzle it over cooked spinach. You can add it to warm vegetables. You can use a small amount when cooking one egg. You can stir it into soup after cooking, or dip a small piece of whole grain bread into it instead of using butter. But there are two mistakes to avoid. The first is using too much. Olive oil is healthy, but it is still calorie dense. A little can be helpful. A heavy pour can become too much. The second mistake is buying any bottle that simply says olive oil. Look for extra virgin olive oil, preferably in a dark bottle, and store it away from heat and light. Quality matters because delicate oils can lose their strength when treated poorly. Now let's bring all 5 foods together in a way that feels realistic. You do not need to eat Greek yogurt, blueberries, walnuts, oatmeal, eggs, greens, and olive oil every single night. That would be too much. The goal is rotation, not overload. One night, you might have plain Greek yogurt with blueberries and a few crushed walnuts. Another night, a small bowl of oatmeal with cinnamon and walnuts. Another evening, one egg with spinach cooked lightly in olive oil. Or you might simply add leafy greens with olive oil beside your dinner. This is how a routine becomes sustainable. It does not demand perfection. It gives you choices. And for seniors, that matters. Because your appetite, digestion, medications, and schedule may change from day to day. If you eat too close to bedtime, you may feel uncomfortable. If you turn every healthy food into a dessert with sugar, you lose the benefit. If you expect one night to change everything, you may feel disappointed and quit too soon. Before we bring this all together, comment your age below. I want to see how many people in their 60s, 70 seconds, and 80 seconds are still choosing to support their memory instead of simply accepting decline. And while you are there, tell me which of these 5 foods you already eat, because the real power is not in one perfect food. It is in the pattern you repeat. Your brain does not ask for a miracle at night. It asks for steadiness, nourishment, rest, and fewer habits working against it. Small changes may look ordinary from the outside, but repeated calmly, night after night, they can become the kind of evening support your future self will quietly thank you for later. And in the final section, we will quickly recap all 5 foods, so you know exactly where to begin tonight. 5 Your next night meal can become a memory-supporting choice. Now let's bring everything together, so you know where to begin tonight. The 5 night foods we talked about were plain Greek yogurt with blueberries, a few walnuts, warm oatmeal with cinnamon, 1 egg with spinach or leafy greens, and extra virgin olive oil added in a gentle way. None of these foods is a cure, they will not reverse serious memory problems overnight, and they should never replace medical care. But they can become part of a calmer evening routine that may support better sleep, steadier nourishment, and a more brain-friendly pattern after 60. If you take medication, have diabetes, kidney disease, cholesterol concerns, digestion problems, or any medical condition, please talk with your doctor before making major changes. Now I want to hear from you. Comment your age and tell me which of these foods you will try first tonight. Are you a yogurt and blueberries person, an oatmeal person, or someone who already loves olive oil? And if you want more senior health videos like this, subscribe and stay with us. You are not too old, and it is not too late. Your next meal can be a small step toward a sharper, stronger, more independent life.